Hey guys, welcome back to another episode on Dodefy. So right now I'm going to be working on finishing up my high fidelities for my Schoolio IDP for Springboard. So I'll just be chilling with you. Happy Friday, by the way. So let's get on with it. So I'm just gonna get like a little inspired first and just go to Behance and just look at some art. And after that, I'll look at the mood board from Schoolio, and then after that, just keep on designing the high fidelities. So yeah, just chill with me. I'll just be talking and designing at the same time, and I'll be listening to music at the same time. So I've never done this before, but I hope it's pretty cool. Hopefully, I like it, and I'll just keep doing this and leave a like if you guys like this video. So yeah, all right, let's get on with it. All right, so it's pretty cool stuff for on Behance. Really nice art. Just feel like watching this inspires me to design, see what others have created. It's kind of hard to talk at the same time because I usually just listen to music. Yeah, but I could probably get used to this. So, all right. This is cool. Cool UI app about AR. Mm, cool. So, uh, kind of looks like a crypto. It's like decentralized kind of artwork with all these lines here and those dots connections. It's pretty cool. I like the color. It's one of my brand. I'm changing my brand towards this kind of color. It's kind of like a green bluish color. It's pretty cool. It's cool. I think I should look more into like outer space because that's what I'm going to design for. Okay. Let's look up outer space. Okay. So outer space. So that's pretty cool. Huh, look at that kitty. I like cats. Mm. Yeah. Look at this. I like that. It's pretty cool abstract outer space kind of artwork. So in the future, guys, I want to be create very awesome artwork and sell posters and release limited edition posters. That's what I want to do in the future. I like this one. Kind of matches what I'm going to be designing and working on. I like that. Has like some shadow here. The pattern's pretty easy to do. I like that. It's pretty the same theme that we're doing, me and my partner. I like that. Those circles too. How they line them in the solar system. It's cool. So guys, I can barely hear myself talking, but I can hear more of my music. I'm on full blast. So there's this cool spaceship here. Above and beyond. I like this cool pink and purple pattern here. It's really, really cool. I feel like we could apply that. It's pretty cool. Could probably imitate that. Ooh, it's cool, spicy stuff. See the artwork? Octave closures. Just follow them. Well, I can't follow them because I'm not signed in. It's okay. Another thing that reminds me of outer space is Metroid. Metroid is one of my favorite games. Metroid Dread is going to come out October, so I'm pretty excited about that. I like that. I need to like sign in so I can see more artwork. I'll just log in quick. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty quick. All right, there we go. More pictures, images, art. Awesome. I like that. I like this green. It's really, really cool. It's kind of like what I currently did. Mm, yeah, I think pretty much. Let's just do a little bit more observing. I usually like spend a couple like minutes doing this, just observing artwork and just trying to get inspired. Though sometimes I'm just inspired right away and I just don't do this. Hopefully my audio doesn't cut off like last time. All right, so oh, that's pretty cool. Do you guys think that the moon landing was faked or not? I don't know. I personally think it's faked. 'Cause people haven't really went out to the moon ever since what? I don't know the year exactly, but people haven't went since. I'm just kind of suspicious. I think when people go up in space, they might age and then they come back, and then it's 200 years later. Depends how many lightning years. I'm speaking nonsense right now. Okay. All right, let's move on to designing now. I feel like I'm ready. Great. All right, let's get to work. All right, let's look at the mood board one more time before going on with the design. So this is where I last left off. So this is what my partner created. This mood board. I really like this. It's really cool. Look at the center point. I really like this color. It's really, really big in contrast. So I ended up using that color. So we finalized our decision to this style, this color. No, let's duplicate that. Let's duplicate it. Let's drag it over here. Let's work with that. Work with the colors that we got here. So just color. See if I can add this gradient into a style. There we go. Purple. So I want to save it to a color style here in Figma. That way we could just apply that to the other designs. Easy. All right. Trying to see what gradients we're using. That way we could save them. There's one right here. I want to unlock it for now. This is kind of in the way. It's kind of bugging me. See this one? It's just kind of like a black gradient. Would you say that? That's a corner gradient. Okay, save that. So we can lock it now. And we can like not show it. This is another one. And these are two separate ones. So one's radio, one's linear. Let's save this one. Radio, orange gradient. Let's create this cell. And let's create this other linear. Linear, gradient. Okay, now the last one here. It's probably kind of the same thing as this one. It's a little different. But the same colors basically. Hopefully I'm loud enough. I don't know how loud. I think, yeah, I'm pretty good. All right, let's save that now to a color style. So light blue and orange. I'll just name it second linear gradient. I'll just name it corner actually because I feel like it's probably better in a corner. Corner linear gradient. Alright, kind of long naming, but I feel like the more longer, the more descriptive, and the better. The better it is. So based on the accent colors, I don't know yet. We'll figure that out because I like this blue line or this yellow. So I don't know yet. And these are my partner's high fidelities. She's done, and I'm not because I got sick. And then let's see. So those are my lo-fi's right here. These are my route that I created with lo. Feel like I moved stuff. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Okay. So I just want to make sure my low fidelities are there. Also want to make a save local copy. So in case I do anything bad or wrong that I can't fix, I'm just gonna save a local copy. And let's go to hi-fi's. Let's just continue working. So basically I already created this. So I don't need to create this one. So I could just like take it off. But pretty much trying to see if there's anything that I might have missed. Oh, I think everything is clear, so we could just delete this and just put it here. Okay. Also, the stars are a little different. I want to delete this. This one's too. Okay. Let's just work from there. So let's add the gradient here. See, they're already saved. And we'll just add that little swoosh thing. Basically, same, almost the same thing. And you could just delete this and copy this over. There we go. I don't know the final style for this, so actually I would just keep it because I think my partner already created it from there. I'll also have to do accessibility check. I forgot about that. So let's do accessibility check. Let's see if actually let's go here. Let's go to accessibility check. Okay. I forgot the URL. So there you go. So let's just do the backgrounds. This one. I see that the one that we're using, that I'm using, is good enough. So I'm not using like let me double check. Hmm, that's weird. What? All right, let's check what color it is. Oops. All right. didn't pass. So we're gonna have to like change it to the whitest to a wider, brighter white, so you could have a better contrast with that purple in the back. Okay. Let's add the gray. Let's go all out. We don't have to go all the way. Let's see. Let's see how far we can go. Like, I don't want to go all the way, but actually, doesn't for lightness. It only passes the AA large. We want to pass these double the A normal. It passes on black, dark black. Hmm. Let's see. I don't think it's actually gonna look that great because see, it looks like very very dark. It's a tough one. Hmm. And let's go to it's like it passes on like really really dark. So it has to be like not a gradient there. It actually has to be like just around this instead of like this because I feel like this has to be white and then here's like it could be black here for the text. Let's see what else we can do. I usually work faster when I'm not talking. It's a little difficult just getting used to it. Let's see this fuchsia. I like it a lot. Let's try this one. See if that one passes. It just passes on. Maybe you have to do the gradient a little darker. Let's see. Do it more this way. Oops. Maybe I should just. I'll create a backup. I think the star here is kind of messing up the text too. That's why. I think this gradient is better with the text over here. Let's see if we could bring this a little more down. So this could be seen more clear. Oops. Also, the stars maybe lower the opacity for the stars. That way, the text would be a little bit more visible. I think it's this too. Nothing's happening. So, is it even the stars? It's, oh, it's actually the top ones. All right. Let's go with the stars on the top. All right. So let's try to do. Honestly, I'll just try to focus on this one and 0 for that one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right. So I think it's better. So let's calculate accessibility. I think that's a lot better. I think it's gonna pass. And then we could do the fuchsia. I like this fuchsia color. Let's see. How did I do it before? Okay, through here. Okay. Still fails it. Well, with y it passes, so at least there's that. Still passes with around. We could do this one. Let's go back to Figma. It's like pink, white. I like that. We could add that style. Oops. Fuchsia. Fuchsia, probably. Fuchsia white. Just gonna apply that style to the rest of them. There we go. It kind of looks like it's like not actually in that page, except they're heading towards that page soon because of the numbers and the way this yellow is there. So let's check the yellow now. Let's see like first ability and check if this accent color is good enough for the background. So it's not good enough. Just change the hue. This does pass in this cool, really yellow one. I really like it. I like this yellow. It's like yellow green a little bit. Saturation 0.91. Let's decrease saturation. Uh, it's there you go. Has to be very high saturation in order for it to pass. Okay. Let's change this accent color. Not that bad. Let's see. Yeah, I like that way better. Honestly, for the accent color, that's actually really, really cool. So let's go back to our local colors and add that there. So let's see what's the name of this yellow. Mm, this is a really cool website that I use a lot, and it tells you like the name of every color. Mm. Oh, I'll just name it bright yellow. Bright yellow. Maybe this is gonna be our new accent color. One of our new accent colors. Yeah, my laptop is like on blast. I can hear it. It's working hard on Figma. All right, so now that this is way better, so let's try to see if it fits with this orange and the contrast between these two. So, all right, so there's that color that we're using for the planet here. Let's use this light blue. It's not failed miserably. Let's go back to that and change the hue. Let's see if we find another cool hue that passes. Let's go back to this. Change saturation. Nope. I think if we use really dark for this. With black. Let's try the other orange that's darker and see if it passes out. With just having a CTA that's dark. Using gradients is pretty tough because it's just not one color. It still passes with dark. But I think that has me. Well, it's over this too, so it's not over this. So you can see it. You can have a dark CTA plus a border that's like the yellow from here, I think. That would be really good to use. but it'll be like almost the same thing as this. So let's see. Let's see if we can still use kind of like a blue, a different color for CTA. Trying to find a good CTA button color. Maybe we're gonna have to change it to something else. This is the stroke. Let's see the button, rectangle. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this green is good enough. As dark. Let's try this green. See what this color contrast website has to say. Yeah. Maybe this. We could use something like this instead of black. Some sort of dark blue, but that's actually the background of the gradient of the whole design. Okay. We could just do white. Actually, black, and then like a green. And then the text could be white. Ah, honestly, I don't like it that much. We could do maybe white. We could also just do the yellow. Let's. Yeah, I think we tried this yellow one already. It's like not updating. Oops. Let's decrease saturation. Okay. See, I'm trying to aim for one of these like type of colors. I think it just draws attention more. It just doesn't seem to pass. It's that I think it's that planet that's really like making it more trouble. So like this planet here, I think it'll just like blend in good with this as a CTA. But with this one, it's a lot harder. All right, that's the color that was previously. So let's try to do a different stroke. I think the darker it is, the better. All right, kind of just want to move on. That's cool. We're just relaxing, designing, guys. Enjoying design. I think the drop shadow makes it like more stand out too because it's black. Plus, there's already blue here, so I don't know if it's gonna like be good enough as CTA. It's my only concern. That's why I was like wanting to maybe use green. This one's super like stands out. It's probably not gonna pass. See, like the main focus is probably just to pass. Probably this one. Maybe this one. Uh, let's go back to this. See, it passes. Awesome. Uh, see that green. That green's good for other than that planets decrease saturation. Just fails. See all these yellows pass. It's kind of bluish. Also passes, which I was using. So and just leave it as is. I think it's different color than everything else. I think just including a border to make it like stand out even more. We can also do it outside instead. Let's do outside. I think I'll get salmon or red, blue. Maybe I think that'd be yeah, it will work. Just leave it as is. I think that's great. I like that. It speaks to me. So the original was like blue, but now we changed it. Okay. Yeah, a lot of time on accessibility so far. So yeah, accessibility is super important, guys. So don't forget to do that. So like this yellow, I think it's fine if it's. I think this contrast with the planet is good enough for this. I don't think we need to change it. Probably the other concern is probably this with this planet. So all right, let's. This probably has to be black and dark. So that'll probably be what it's gonna tell me. So I'm trying to like figure out what else you could do. I mean, you can decrease this circle, this planet to like smaller. That way, that way we can see text more like this. But I feel like it doesn't give it enough space. I think it's fine. So yeah, as you can see, like the screen is probably like more transparent. And you can also just lower these these gradients a little bit more. See, they come out of frame. That sucks. So you can just probably like decrease opacity for this for now. Or maybe we could just drag it like this. See? See, I'm like, I never used Figma before, so well, I have used Figma before, like 2 years ago at my work, but I haven't used it in a while. I think that's good. I think probably still the concern is the reading here text. It has drop shadow though, so I think that helps it a lot. Maybe increasing the drop shadow here help it stand out like a lot more. It's way too much. Let's just decrease opacity little by little and see what we like. So it could be like you see it enough. So like maybe like 80. So like shadows, like if it looks like this, it means that it's really really close to it. As opposed to if it was like way closer to you, then the shadow would look like more spread out. Honestly, I like that. And now let's do the same shadow here. This one. So 80 here. It's a little too dark here for this one. I mean the settings are a little off. Doesn't need to be that much. Yes. So I would say that's a lot better. Okay. Maybe the next screen we won't include these gradients. Like I would have really liked to actually test the designs out to see if users could see the color differences and what they would notice first. But my IDP host, he didn't really want to go towards that realm of testing, so he's okay with just this. All right, let's go on with the next one. I think we got this. Yeah, it's good enough. I guess think pretty good, huh? Let's blur these out a little bit. Make them a little thicker. Make it a lot thicker because kind of like hard to see. And let's blur them out a little bit. Not that much. Mm. Actually, let's not blur them out. I don't like that drop shadow. Maybe lower the opacity for this one. So like 50%. I think it's fill doesn't matter. There we go. I'm just like messing with these, like the sizes of these lines and stuff. I think the variety of different sizes of lines is better than just like one size. This one's a little too big, I think. Like the angle's a little off, so if I rotate it a little bit, how do you rotate? There you go. Just a little off, I think. So I'll put them the same angle. This is one, so I'll just put two. Oh, I haven't done that one. And I oh, I have to put this one 25. I'll just put 25. It's more like the stroke and the feel actually. And if I do like more like I think round corners would be better. I think I think Figma has that option, right? The lines. There we go. It's better round. There we go. Oh. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm not gonna like make a big thing about this little rocket. So we can probably change the color for this just to make it a little more exciting. No, 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 no. This is stroke. No. Oh, do fill. There you go. Let's do. What are the actual colors? Do like look like a real spaceship, and just like detail it. Like this could be blue instead. And then this fire, maybe we could do like red for the flame. Let's see. Maybe we should probably do that part. Go like a little red. And see, that's the circle. So the film, and then we can do the body. We can do the body as like grayish. Grayish. Actually, we can use maybe clear. See, I don't want to be that much focus on this. Like this rocket is supposed to be like land on the province once a user like hits next. So like it's not gonna be there all the time. So I'm just gonna leave it like very very simple. I think I don't want to put too much detail into it. I think I'm just gonna take off everything the way and just leave it the way it was. Okay. And then let's see if we add a drop shadow. It'll look a little more realistic. You know? And then kind of like what else we got? We got maybe an inner shadow. What is it? What's the other thing that you can add? Oh, not inner shadow. To make it look like more glossy. Oh yeah, gradient. Got a gradient to it. So yeah, like cool gradients. Just do it ourselves because we don't have it saved. Do our gradients. Maybe yeah. Yeah. Let's do a gradient from here. So where's the lighting source coming from? So let's say it's coming from this way. There we go. It's a little too dark. Let's change a little bit to grayish. And just yeah, it's good. It's not that much of a difference, but I think it's fine. I think we have to also apply this gradient to here. So I think I don't know if we saved it or not. Did we save it? I don't remember. I don't remember. don't think they saved it. Not even there anymore. Well, let's create the same one, the same style for this. See, we didn't save it, so let's create a style for that. So modified purple, pink. I just put official, official purple, blue background. I'm just gonna create this style now. I'm just gonna apply it to this. And this is gonna be the new style instead of the other one. So it's basically the same thing. So now that we got accessibility out of the way and stuff, it's probably like a lot easier for us to continue. Oh, also these, we forgot to check these. I know, guys, it's a lot of accessibility check. It's so important. Like a lot of designers forget to do this. It's so important for your designs. So pretty much I think it's gonna pass because it's so much big contrast here. See, like even here, it's like very, very big contrast here. So it just passes on everything. And I don't know if it's gonna pass on, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it passes on this too. Let me see. Oops, I think I messed up. And then September, September. So I just basically name my grays based on order. That's not gonna pass on that. So I just make it all white. Like I think, like this one probably harder to see though. But I think these are the most important ones to see. Okay, so let's keep going. I think that gave it change to like really, really like white instead of like the white, the gray that we used. This is the brightest one I have for styles. But I could do like white and then just add it, edit. It's you can even like you can even go like not even fully all the way to white. Let's see if this passes. So yeah, it still passes. So we could do like not all the way white. You just do this. We can just go all the way white too. Let's see the difference if we just do that. See, it's a little contrast for sure. Yeah, I think that's better. It's definitely more contrast here. I think this one needs it more. I think that's fine. I think that passes. Area accessibility test. Yep. I don't know. I think there's too many lines now. Yeah, you see that? Maybe I don't think it's these. That's fine. I would probably like look at more images based on like how rocket ships look and what traces they leave, and maybe inspired by that instead. So now let's go on to the next one. So choose create. So it's basically the same thing. We're just gonna copy. I don't know, the number one and number two and all that. It's kind of like hard to see. I think it's not really like darkened or anything. The circles are really, really small. I think mm, width. Maybe let's do like 25. I think it's really, really small. And then we'll check it out if we like that or not. It's kind of small. I think that it needs more like an emphasis of like the size. I think it's a lot better, honestly. So that's the size that I think is better. I think. Well, let's go check my the other one how it was. It's kind of small. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. And we can do the yellow one a little better too. Oops. So clips 30. We don't have to do it like bigger than the other ones, but I think it's better. Let's try that. Maybe it's too big. Let's go like 25 on the yellow one, and then 20s on the other one. Okay. Oops. Yeah, that turned really, really big. I think I the keeper like puts extra numbers sometimes, and then I end up doing like really, really huge. Okay. Let's go back to here. Okay, so that's 25 right now, and then let's do 20 for the other ones. Well, let's see if all the same size is good. Honestly, I like that. I like that better than how like small other ones were. It's better. It's like other ones were too tiny circles. Like if I do 20 here, it's way too small. It's like I don't know. I like that in a way, and at the same time, let's see if we all do 20s. See how that looks. That doesn't look that bad either. Leave in the comments below. What do you guys think? Big yellow circle here and then smaller, or all on the same size? Let's show that again. So these are all the same size. I like that better. And then this is the other way. It's the other way. It's just maybe like a design preference. It does give an emphasis on the number one when it's bigger compared to the other ones. But I feel like just having them all the same size gives also like a balance of that there's actually they're all important. I'll just keep it for that. And then let's align them now because they're not really aligned. Oh. Okay. And then let's align this with this. It's important to align them. So they're not going to be like centered and stuff. Just a line. Also, like, I think it might be like a little, because we have to change it into like here. I have to like fit it according to the size of the actual circle. And then, yeah, so like it's kind of like not in the center. You have to like do that to adjust it to the center. And let's go to number one. This one's good. It's a little like not. There we go. It's way more centered. And then let's do it like this. There we go. And then it's top, and then the right side of the circle. And just get everything aligned. And put it in the center. And then let's do that for the number 4. So let's do it from the left, and then the right, and then the top, and the bottom. And the right side too. Okay. 5. It's better to do this like right away instead of like doing it like after, like right now, like during the low fidelity. That way you can just like go to colors and accessibility colors and everything. I think that's a lot better. See, like the drop shadow also gives you like a more focus. Maybe we could do it like a drop shadow that's darker. Does it have, yeah, it has a drop shadow for sure. So it's 18. We can do like maybe 30 to give it more focus and emphasis on it. That's a lot better, I think. Alright, so like copy. Also, like this, I don't think I even changed the text for this one. I know it's like something's a little off here. What do you guys think it is? Maybe the size of this is too big. Let's just decrease. Okay, that's a little better, I think. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, let's start doing the other page now. It took a while for the other to take care of everything for the moment. Now that everything is set and ready to go, I feel like it's gonna be a lot smoother now after this. And the thing with this thing bugs me a lot. Maybe it's this. It's like a little corner thing. I don't know. Maybe the text. Let's see what size. 10? That's good. I don't know what's bugging me. She like I think it has like a border usually, I think. That's like dark. But it's fine. I think maybe what's bugging me is maybe the size of it. It's pretty tiny. It needs a little more detail, I think. A little more detail, I think, would help fix that. We go on to it later, but let's try to finish the other ones for a moment. So let's just apply the same style to this, and then these two, because they're gonna be the same colors stuff. So just apply the same styles. Okay. It's like locked, so we have to unlock these. Okay. It's a little different because I have a mask here. So am I going to be able to change that or not? Well, probably this one in the middle, Canada, Canada provinces. Definitely change it towards this. And then see they're like all there you go. Is this one? Yeah, this one. So we want the same style as this one. So I'm just gonna copy that style and then right here, let's increase that to the outside. And then okay. Stroke fill. Let's see if we do a fill. Yeah, it's not gonna work, I think. Let's see, maybe it will. Not too sure. Maybe. Hmm. Oh, fill. There you go. I was looking at the wrong one. So still not getting it though. It's probably like because it's in the mask, and then maybe it has something to do with this one. So we could just probably like maybe also like probably I'm trying to see what else. Let's switch this to that yellow that we had for the accent color. It's a lot better. And then copy this. There we go. And then we're just gonna have to change the same color to the second one because we're in the second step. And then for the circle too. The eclipse, the same properties to the second one. Not the text, but the actual eclipse. There we go. And then we're just gonna change. I think we had like fuchsia there, fuchsia white, and then to the first one. That way, the user knows that it's It's on second step. There we go. Let's copy the same style for this button into this button. So I'm just going to copy the same background to this rectangle. And then the text too. I just hit the text. I already copied the button itself because I think it has drop shadow on. Maybe not. So see the drop shadow. Just copy that style and just put it here too. You barely see it though because it's dark here and then it's lighter here. It's there. Drop shadow. So also the logo is like white here, so we have to like just copy that and place it here. Just click on the oops. Click on the oh, it's doing that. Just trying to copy it. See, I copied it over here. So there we go. Got it. So basically copying a lot of like the same things over and over. And then copying the same style from there. Let's go here. And then copy that style there too. It's like a different. It's a secondary gray that I'm using here. It's not using the white. Also for like for the color here in the icon, I'm using what is it, septenary gray. So I'll just copy that and then go to the same here. So I could have just probably like copied the whole thing and just replaced it instead of just doing this too. Just do it myself. There we go. So the book, icon book, let's change that to the septenary. There we go. So what we want to do is probably do all the stars too. We haven't done the stars yet. They're pretty much this is much everything for it. The color for the circle, I want to change it. Since I did it, ended up doing a mask, it's not, maybe it's not gonna let me. Let's see. I always have a lot of issues with like masking. That's like my weakness for design, as you guys can tell. Yeah, but it just takes practice, more practice, and more practice, and just get better at it. Oh, there you go. So it was there. There you go. I ended up guessing the right. I don't know why. I ended up doing the same thing earlier and it didn't help or happen. It's weird. It's probably Figma. Figma doesn't like me. Figma doesn't like me. See, I could also do that orange, um, that orange light salmon. I don't think I ever saved that. I could save it. Let me save that and then apply it. This is a lot different than the other one that we saved. So we're gonna put planet orange, planet radio, radio. So we're gonna do that to this one too. Hopefully this it lets us this time. See, I think there we go. It's a little weird. It's not the same. I think it's because it's in a mask. That's why it's showing a little different. So like if we do, let's see. I think see like this one, the salmon. It's in the red. This is just it's not a gradient. Oh, there you go. Wow. So I changed the other globe. So I changed the globe instead of this one. So I changed both. That should do it. That's the same one as the other one. The only thing that's probably missing is the drop shadow. If we apply the drop shadow here, like my IDP always wanted like a really like drastic drop shadow here. So I think that'll be good. Now another thing that I'm considering is also this orange. So like I feel like it kind of blends in with this orange here too. So that's one thing that I don't like right now. And it's a little hard to see right here. So you probably make that globe maybe like opacity to like maybe 10%. Oh, I put 100. I thought I put 50. No, I don't like that. So probably this orange here. Do probably just a regular color. Maybe a purple. No, I think it has to be the same color as the other one. So let's see. CTA is like what bugs me a lot. I mean, this selection. I just feel like it's doesn't look the same. I'll probably unlink it and see what I could change in it so it could look the same. So it was a little dark here. There we go. Let's make it like a little dark. Let's make it darker like that. That's better. And then if we make it like a little closer, I think the colors will pop out a little more here. See? It's kind of crooked. I mean, not crooked, but like it's not like precise. It's a little off. Is it this one? Yeah, just it looks like Chris. I think that was even better. I'm just gonna leave it like that, honestly. Mm. And then let's just add those stars now. Honestly, let's do that towards the end. I think just dragging and doing stuff here is probably easiest. I don't know why anymore I can't select anything. I think it's loading or frozen. Okay. I'm just waiting. Oh, there we go. I like that though. I like how it kind of looks like this. Let's try to copy and see. It looks a little more centered. I guess. Well, I think that's because of the this. It's confusing it. Was it me or is this always like out of place? Oh yeah, I kind of messed it up. This thing was always like that. It's just a little bit off. Alright, just gonna leave it as is. Just continue. It's basically the same thing here again. I'm just repeating this process over and over now. Just copying everything and then doing the same gradients. So there's this one. It's basically the same thing, copying. So I'm just gonna copy this whole top part from here. Also this. It's basically all of the top part. And then I should have made a component. I'll just do a component now. I'll just do like here. I'll just group all this and then make a component. That way, if I change it to one, it changes to all of them. I haven't really used components here in Figma, but it's basically the same thing. And well, I've used it before, but like I forgot and I'm trying to remember. But it's basically the same thing in all other programs for doing this. Just a component. If you change it for one, it changes for the rest of them. Kind of like a master component for UX, XD, Adobe XD. So top nav. Then I think I could go like even to here. I think it was around here. All right, let me change my song. Okay. Where's the components? Maybe in assets, local components. Those are for something else. So layers. Where the heck are the components? Maybe they're in the top over here. Like let's say I want to insert a component here. Hmm. High fives. I'll probably just watch a video if I were doing this video right now. Pretty much the same thing. Just gonna copy for the moment. Hopefully that does the job. Because usually like in Sketch, you just put like insert component and then you just insert that. It's actually symbols. I think that's what it's called on Sketch. And then just copy the same style. on, copy. Copy this style for me, please. It's not copy. Copy. I'll just change it myself. If that's what you want me to do, then I'll do it. Alright. See, like the contrast is so much better when it's darker. And then let's change that to the third. And then the circle to this. Oops. Let's change it to the eclipse instead. And then this fuchsia white. Gonna be here. And let's put this back to white. So right now we're in the bundle or mix and match. So pretty much we're gonna have to style this differently a little bit. So let's style it like not as white, but maybe the septenary white that we use. The septenary white is fine. I think that one did pass the purple. And then use scenario gray, which is the what? Quinary gray. Let's just use the same as this one. There we go. And then change this like stroke. Change it to fuchsia. The fuchsia color. I don't know. I kind of like this orange a lot. I just don't like how it blends with this one. I would totally use a different, probably planet color. But my IDP host wants orange planet. So there's that. Customize. Is it mix and match? Mix and match. Probably the same. Probably. I don't think we need these anymore. It does look cool for decoration. We could probably put something else for decoration. Just think it looks cool like that, anyways. Maybe the texture should be a little bit. I don't know. Something happened with my font styles. See, like it says that it's missing now. No, I don't want to replace that. I want to replace anything. I don't know what happened. I used to have them. I don't know what happened, honestly. Who knows? Oh. What happened? I don't know what happened, honestly. Like, I don't know what. Maybe it was my partner did something, or I did something. I don't think I did anything though. But that should allow me to I don't know. I don't want black. Black is too thick. I'll just copy this one, delete this one, copy it here. Actually, I still need that. So you can just copy and put it here. Place it in the front. Oh, it disappeared somehow. Oh, I think it disappeared because of the mask. See? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'll fix it later. Then basically the same thing over here. Place it in the back. Honestly, that's pretty cool. CTA, but green stands out more. There you go. And then next one. Let's just keep moving on after that. Let's just copy this component. Oh, this one has actually like one here, so we'll like leave this here. Actually, we'll delete everything else. And there you go. Let's go to color styles. Okay. So as you can see, there you go. You see like this little orange thing is still there. We just put that to the background. It stays there. There you go. I like that. Now updated cart. And let's copy that. And then let's change that to yellow. Okay. There you go. So we're on the fourth now, which is pretty much almost close to being done for this route and high fidelities. I don't know why it's not working. Selection colors. I don't know. Probably because it's under selection colors instead. You know. So I'm probably gonna have to change this. Let's use like based on basically I did here. Let's just do that, but for the dark thing. So that's a little darker than the other text. So it's gonna be. Wait, what was it? This is actually darker, so that means that has to be white or white. So there we go. I'll just do white here, and then it's too much, and then pretty much really dark, so it has to be really white. Hmm. Shipping handling. So shipping handling. You know, and let's just do the for all these. We'll do the same. There's not much of a difference. So I think I'll have to create more grays. I just noticed. So I was like designing for like a light themes. So this is gonna be dark themes, a little different. Also like accessibility too. I think the lighter it is, let's just go with that. Let's not try to like add more. And then just adding yellow, because the yellow was good. Also, the blue one's actually good too. Hmm. Maybe even the green one too. Well, the green one's for using for CTA though. It's still an accent color though. So maybe green and yellow. So I don't know. I like blue a lot. I think blue would like be like maybe the third one that we can use. Yeah, let's use the blue. Yeah, I like the blue better. There we go. And then for this checkbox, let's do. Let's see what color we could do instead. So here we do that. Let's see. I think here we could do radio buttons instead because I think that fits better the category because you can't really like do multiple. Maybe let's round these out, these icons. Let's see if we can round them out. There we go. I do like a 12, 20, maybe a 20. Maybe 20 would be sufficient. And then let's just do it for the other ones too. Just round out the corners to 20. 20 radius. And then change it to like maybe something that feels like you could actually check. I do like this orange. Maybe this yellow. Mm, that's tough. That's a tough decision, honestly. Um, yeah, I think I like the yellow better, honestly. So like, let's do yellow instead. So let's do 20. Oops, I did the wrong one. So let's go to there, and then do yellow. This orange thing, and then back to this one again. Let's do orange, and then for the checkbox, also orange. There we go. It's a lot better. And then we can also do these. So this is going to be a lot darker for a dark theme. So maybe this one, and it's going to be the lightest. Let's do super light here. Maybe like a white. It's like the price. Showing the price, so it's super important for a user to like recognize that right away. And then this green is kind of like hard to see, especially because it's dark theme. So maybe there we go. This type of green is way better. So I think that's way better than. I think that's really good, honestly. I like it a lot. Damn, it's awesome. So like, let's do white here too. White, and then this orange is kind of hard to see. I don't think it's gonna pass accessibility. So let's change it to let's see where can we change it to? Either blue? No. Yeah, this orange is really nice. I think it fits. Even though like it might not like pass accessibility, I think it's really good. should check, honestly. Let's see. All right, let's test it out. Let's test out accessibility between that one. So yeah, we're going back to accessibility again. Yeah, didn't do that great. See, this one does a lot better. So we could just probably change it back to this one. I think it's almost like the same thing. I think that's fine because it's more contrast here for sure than here. Let's just go back, stick to the other one. I think that's fine. You actually test it on users and see how it does. All right, let's keep going. Oh, we have to do this one. I should have done a component for this, honestly. Create component. Create component. Yeah, I'm just gonna create the component. I'll name it green button. Green button. Let's test it out. Let's see what happens if I change one. And I don't know why the whole thing is not copied. There we go. So like, let's say we want to change it for one. Let's see if it changes for all of them. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's exactly a component. So let's drag this. Wait, let's see if I don't think it's gonna do it, but if you change the width of it. If I change like the width of it, I don't think they're both gonna change. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let me just copy it over here. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's kind of like knowing that not there anymore. What happened? I have to install them again. I don't know. Semi bold. Like I don't want to change it. Better way to do it. Let's see. I can even change like the text because of that. Yeah, it's really lame. So I was using bold Proxima Nova, so this would be the. I could change it to a different one, but let's see. I think for the moment, let's just change it. Yeah, the other one was way better. Let's see if we could change it back to Proxima Nova. Let's keep it for the moment and just leave it as is. Okay. All right. It's all very, very colorful stuff. Yeah, so like I just messaged my partner. I think she deleted my fonts. Yeah, that makes sense now. So that's why they're not there anymore. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like messaging her right now. So yeah, I'll probably fix that situation later. So let's just continue on with like the style for now for the rest of the layouts. So I'm almost pretty much done, and we're almost like 2 hours in. Yeah, 2 hours and 20 around there. 2 hour, 2 hour, 2 hour mark. So I'm just trying to like hurry up and try to finish it. So again, let's just copy the whole thing. Just copy the whole thing here. And the layouts are not visible anymore, but they used to be for the lo-fi. I used to have the layouts there. So let's copy that. Oops, copy the wrong thing maybe. And then this is the checkout process. So let's change that. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. All right, there we go. So we're in the checkout now, and we're just gonna copy that here. Same way, the same design style here too, and then change it to yellow. So it's probably almost the same as this. So I'm just gonna get one of these, apply it to all of these, and then same here. And this line is the same. So it has to be consistent throughout the whole design. So this has to be like white. There you go. Anything that's like really dark here, like here, like the primary gray that we used, has to be like that. There we go. So this is kind of hard to see. So there you go. So probably here we can actually use no, we can use either like that yellow or like very white. I think that yellow is actually draws my attention a lot, so we'll leave it as is. Let's do the yellow too. And we can either include like the PayPal logo there or just this yellow for the moment. This one's probably this. And then again, we can apply the same style here. The same yellow there. It's like the orange. I think it's orange that we used. So let's use that orange there. There we go. So I don't know, maybe it's a little hard to see between all yellow with this. So we'll just keep changing and see. So that one was a secondary gray. So there we go. And then let's use this. And let's use the yellow. Actually, if we want to do a link, what do we usually use for link? So I don't think we actually reset that yet. But a really good color would be this one. Or the blue one, honestly. Maybe the green one on. Well, the green one we used it here, like to save and stuff. So like if we for interactivity, so like maybe the yellow one, and then for the other ones, but it's kind of hard to see. So maybe the orange. I don't know how easy that is to see, but probably we're gonna have to change back these because they're not links. They should be associated with links. All right. I like how Figma is super easy to like select text inside a group. It's super cool. I think I had a lot of issues with Figma. So there we go. So Scenario Gray. Septemary. So okay, so there we go. Da-da-da. Yeah, I don't think I could change the length of it if it's in a component. Probably not. I'll just leave it as is. I like it, but like I like how it was like long. There you go. I think that's a little more consistent. So maybe I could use like the light blue instead of the yellow as links. Like that. But then this one's can be that. It's not really a link itself. So maybe a different color for this one's. We could use gold. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. And there we go. And then let's go on with the last screen. Let's do the same. Just do everything the same. This one, they're not. It's not gonna need that like circle anymore. That little one in the top where the cart is. So pretty good without it. Just delete it because the user already like checked out, so it's not no longer needed anymore. There we go. And then for here, use like a orange or yellow. Use a yellow. And then we can use like a white here. And then the scenario here, as same as like the other ones. And then copy this, paste it here. What is it asking now? Great. I think it's because this is still here. I'm just gonna like do this. It's not letting me. Oh, it's because it's Proxima Nova still? That's weird. So I'll just change it to Roboto for now. And then medium, center. What is it? Create account? Save. Create, maybe create. Why is it like, it's like kind of, why does it look like that? It's a little off. I don't know why it's a little off. Yeah, but let's just focus on everything else right now. All right, so pretty much now that everything's been done, now let's do like the styling, like the stars. Stars, let's add the stars here. There you go. Let's add the stars here too. Let's add the stars. Oops. Didn't add it right. Then add it here. And then we'll change that a bit. So there you go. Let's extend these. Actually, you just probably go like that. And then maybe rotate a little bit. Wait. cool. You change the what is the number of points on the stars. Like that. That's fine. There we go. And then start, change it like that. Let's change the opacity for that. 25 is good. I like 25. It's not too like visible. It's subtle enough to be seen. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully you guys are enjoying my 2 hour some long high fidelity creation. So yeah, that pretty much is it. Oh yeah, no, not yet, not yet. Hold up, hold up. Probably the adding the gradient style, and so it could be consistent throughout the whole layout would be cool. Like just rotating and stuff. There you go. Like so every page could be a little bit different too. And so like let's say I wanted to do the actual like cool kind of like this pretty dope. So like this kind of pattern. Or maybe you can mock that right now. So trying to see how to do that. We do like a rectangle, like swirls. We need to like maybe like a line. I feel like let's do a line. Probably more simpler. Let's grab the pen tool. Where's a good spot to do it? Maybe here. So let's do it more this way. How was that? I forgot. Let's go back to that. So it was like, and then it becomes really, really small. So maybe we could change the width, kind of like in the Illustrator, from the top part. So it kind of goes like this, and then like that. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about this one. Maybe we can also do something like that too. Let's see what we could create. So it's just one loop, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that one looks bad. Just redo it. So one. See, like I don't want to get too See, that kind of doesn't look as like natural. Maybe this one looks a little more natural. There we go. Maybe wonder if you could do like one side thicker. Like if I create a point here. Oh, yeah, I think I can. So there we go. No, no. I just want to create one part thicker. I don't think I've ever done this like in Figma. That's pretty cool though. So I just want to do like, so I could kind of like go from big to small. Trying to see. No mirroring. Maybe it's not possible here. Oh, there we go. So solid dash. No, it's dash. Ooh, dash looks cool too. So probably, trying to see. Oh, maybe like one of these. Paint bucket. Blend tool. Blend tool. See, like I just want to make it thicker there. Like I could probably like copy it and then make it thicker there and delete, but it's not gonna blend in. Damn, it's harder than I thought. Let's just go on with it and see if we get another one. Another I was hoping that would be like separate. But like I was hoping that stroke would be separate from this so I could make a bigger stroke. So I could mimic that same design. But it's actually sharing the same stroke. So I'll probably have to create a different layer. So copy, paste, and then change it to a little darker, and then bigger, and then place it in the back. Why it's weird. It's like there but not there. Let me there you go. There we go. And let's see. Yeah, it's probably I'm not doing like that great. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to mimic that. Maybe a little brighter. Uh, just trying to get into darker. So let's copy that again. And then let's drag it bottom and change it to more like the blue that's like here. And then change the, there we go. Wow, looks pretty cool. It just needs to bend a little more. Like bend, this has to be thicker. Why can't you get thicker? I don't know. Maybe okay. Got it. So maybe if I join them, so wave pattern, and then I like wait, why isn't it together? Maybe if I let's see flying. Wait, it's not gonna work. I still have to prepare for presentation after this. So yeah, wish me luck on that, guys. So I'm trying to like see if I could like make it like squish so it could look like thinner at the bottom. But see, like it only I'm trying to edit all of them, not just one. There we go, a little bit like that maybe. Maybe. What do you guys think of this snake? Look, cool snake, huh? I'm probably gonna skip on this snake. But I like it. I like how cool looks. Maybe it was more like kind of circular shape. I'll like hide it for now. I really like this one though. Like this kind of like circle like, and also this pattern's pretty cool. Hmm, I like that. So maybe a lot of rings. So I could just show that. Okay. Then let's create no fill, stroke. There we go. Let's do it thicker. And then let's do like 25%. Then I'm trying to like move the whole thing and it's not letting me. There you go. Kind of something like this. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe a third one. Honestly, like I think it was supposed to stay and just copy. But like it's not supposed to move. There you go. And then just let's do like something like maybe this and put it in the middle. And do it smaller. you know, something like that. Maybe if I put him in the middle, I think it's gonna be better aligned. It's gonna be in the center of it. Let's see if I could do all three. Yeah, there we go. It's way better. It's nice. And then what other thing can we do? Maybe this pattern here. You could copy that gradient and just put in the last one because I feel like the last one needs something. Maybe like on the right side, some decoration there. And maybe, maybe let's lower the opacity for this. There we go. That's a lot better. And then here we can just rotate it so you can show more blue. There we go. And this one, it's very subtle. So maybe I'll decrease the opacity for this to 50, 75. And then maybe add these two to this one. Like here. And then just put it more like that. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. What do you guys think? Leave in the comments below if you guys enjoyed my video. What do you guys think of my skills, and if you're using it to enhance your skills and see what it takes to design better or choose colors better, do prioritization, do accessibility, do everything pretty much with designing and balancing and contrast and everything else. So yeah, let me know what you guys learned in the comments below, and if you guys want more videos of this, I'll be happy to create more videos with my upcoming projects and everything that is upcoming for my future. I'll be happily to upload more stuff like this for you guys. Like, I enjoyed it, like just hanging out and designing with you guys. It's pretty cool. I liked it. It wasn't too bad. Like, I thought it was gonna be harder. It's pretty easy, just like talking out loud what I'm doing, and yeah, just designing and having fun and doing what I enjoy doing. And I feel like it's my passion. I enjoy it. I've been designing for around like 12 years, I would say, and enhancing my skills with user experience is awesome. I really liked. I ended up joining Springboard for that reason. So yeah, leave in the comments below if you guys want to see more videos like this. Yeah, for the next one, peace out.